So hello friends and welcome to the channel. My name is Jones. In this video I'm going to show you how you can fix a permanently limited PayPal account. So recently, when you see here on the screen, I received this message from PayPal saying you can no longer do business using PayPal. Then they are claiming that they did a review and decided to permanently limit my PayPal account after finding out there was potential risk associated with my PayPal account. Now, looking at the reason for why they banned my PayPal account, which they claim as potential risk, it is very difficult to determine exactly what offense I committed. So upon contacting them, they said it's probably something to do with the user agreement. I broke the user agreement. So I thought, now I've been doing everything correct with PayPal. I've been receiving funds, transferring funds, making payments online. And as you all know that I'm an affiliate marketer, I receive a lot of commissions from online and I use PayPal as my payment platform. So this was a very big problem from my business and I needed to fix it right away. So what I decided to do is to go right ahead and contact PayPal to fix my account, and this is what I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get my account lifted from the permanent ban. Of course, it's not a guarantee that this will work for you, but this is how you fix your permanent banned PayPal account. If this method does not work, because the method in this video is the last resort, if it doesn't work for you, you can use the PayPal account for a relative with your business. Otherwise, if you are unable to get your PayPal account, definitely there's nothing you can do. So the first thing I did was I tried to call PayPal themselves. Now, before we go into the details of what I said, what I did, and the likes, let me just show you a message I got from PayPal, which was saying now account access restored, and I'm going to show you everything I did to get this message. And you can see here on the screen they were saying, hello Jones, account access restored. So initially, yes, after they banned my PayPal account, I tried to call them, and you know, when you try to call PayPal, you know, these customer care services, you have to choose this button to speak to an agent. You have to first of all to talk to a bot, and as you're talking to a bot, even your service provider is charging you for that call, and if you're not based in the United States, even more expensive to make calls to PayPal. However, I did decide to call PayPal directly, and when I reached customer agent, you know, language barrier, they couldn't understand me clearly. There was also a bit of noise until I had to hang up and call back again. Maybe it was the network or something. But when I called back, I was directed through the auto bot and the likes, and I ended up spending quite a bit of an amount trying just to call PayPal to fix this. Upon realizing that trying to call PayPal was not working out, and using the message center, when my PayPal account got permanently banned, I was unable to access the inbuilt message center. I had to email them, and no, email usually takes 2 to 3 days to get a response. So the best I could do is try to find the direct email to contact PayPal, and luckily, after looking out around on the internet, I did find an email that was for the executive office. Now, these are the people that directly handle matters to do with limitations on PayPal. So I explained to them what happened on my PayPal account, because initially, before my PayPal account got permanently banned, what happened is that I created an invoice, and in that invoice there were some medical terms, and those medical terms might have triggered the auto security feature in PayPal, that resulted in it thinking that I was selling drugs. Okay, and that's the only thing I concluded, that was the cause, because initially I am aware that PayPal does not allow the selling of drugs, and I wasn't selling any drugs. But initially there was a medical term in my invoice, because there was an article that was written about those medicines, and in order for the client to know exactly what was the invoice for, I had to indicate the article title, which was medical based. All right, so now I explained to people that this was the case, and immediately I sent out the invoice. A few seconds later, I got permanently banned. However, I soon got an email back and they said your account, we found potential risk with your account. Unfortunately, we cannot remove the ban after contacting them and the likes. Now immediately I saw that I was not getting anywhere with reaching out to people. I decided to file a complaint because I know I was not wrong. So what I did, I went to a site known as the Better Business Bureau. Now because currently I was in my original country or my country of citizenship, where it's not in the United States, when I try to access the site where I can file a complaint, that site is for the United States, which is known as the bb.org. Now this is the Better Business Bureau website where you can file complaints related to companies in the United States. What I realized, I got a 403 forbidden error, meaning that I'm not allowed to access the site. So I had to use a VPN because currently I was not in the United States. So I had to use a VPN to access the website. And once I turned on my VPN, I'll provide a link to the VPN that I use, but it's best to use trusted VPN services. All right, so this is the Better Business Bureau site where I decided to file a complaint with PayPal. Okay, so what you need to do is file a complaint here by coming to the Better Business Bureau, and here they'll ask you what you want to do. And when you scroll down to the bottom, you can see here where they say file a complaint. So all I did is just to start and file a complaint. You can also write a review about a business so that the Better Business Bureau knows exactly what type of services these businesses in the United States are offering to clients. So what I did is go right ahead and clicked there, file a complaint. Upon clicking that, I was asked for information about where I stay, or what is my email, what businesses I'm complaining about. So I did exactly that, and once I submitted the complaint, I received this case number by the Better Business Bureau. Now the advantage of using the Better Business Bureau is that once you file a complaint with them, they'll be the ones to contact the business and ask for an explanation and ask for a response for them to respond to you, the client. So since PayPal was not treating me as I wanted or I expected through the Better Business Bureau, they had to give me a response and a clear explanation why my PayPal account was indeed limited. So this was the complaint that I filed, and this was my case number I was given. You can even find it on the Better Business Bureau website. So now after we contacted PayPal, it took some days, about I don't know if it was 21 days, then I got a response that PayPal has responded. So I went to my complaints page, and this is where I had the response from PayPal. So you can see here, complaint filed by Jones Busso. Now if I scroll down here, you can see saying case closed and or resolved. And now this was my complaint, this was the response from PayPal that they gave me. So they said, "Dear Jones, my name is Shushmita with PayPal Office of Executive Escalation." The same office that I had contacted personally is the one now responding to me right now, and they now started to explain what they happened. So I'm just going to read this. If you don't want to read this, you can actually stop right now, but let me just read it and you hear the explanation that PayPal gave for permanently limiting my account and what steps I have to do in order for my account to be restored. So here is what they said: "I regret any inconveniences caused due to the account limitation. I assure you that it was never our intention to cause any inconveniences to our customers. We are always committed to helping our customers to the best of our capabilities. Please allow me to further explain on this matter. Then they said, in order to prevent fraud and help ensure the safety of PayPal system, PayPal routinely reviews account activity. Then they say on March 9, 2022, we carefully considered a number of factors that, when we viewed together, indicated that there was a high level of risk associated with your PayPal account. The following risk factors were identified, and this is what they explain now. Your account is being accessed from different geographical locations. Come on, we're doing business, we travel a lot, we move from one place to the other, so this shouldn't be a factor. People move, okay, and especially business people, they move from one place. We travel, we can access our accounts from wherever we are in the world. Then they said your account was accessed using an anonymous proxy service, which is restricted activity as defined in the restricted activities holds and liquidated damages section of the user agreement. So this was something they could have explained, because at sometimes when I'm trying to access certain websites, I do use VPNs, of course, and if they had explained this, I was not aware of this. So initially, now they were coming clean, okay, they were coming clean and telling me exactly what was the problem. So it might have been the case that I had accessed PayPal while my VPN was on, which I always discourage. If you've been following me on the channel or have seen my tutorials on how to create a PayPal account, a business PayPal account, I always say do not use VPNs, okay? Do not use any VPNs, just use your original home internet service provider and the likes. Don't use any VPNs when accessing PayPal. That's a no-go area. So now on March 9th, 2022, PayPal reviewed your account and determined we were unable to mitigate the risk associated with your account. As a result, PayPal decided to place a permanent suspension on your account. Alright, so now they explain that and the likes. Then now they claim upon the receipt of the complaint, upon my complaint now, when I contacted them to ask what was happening, I was just told there's a potential risk and no further explanation. Now they explained further upon the receipt of the complaint. Now when they received my complaint from the Better Business Bureau, here is the customer care provider says they reached out to the department on April 1, 2022, and they conducted an additional review of the account and confirmed the permanent limitation was placed in error. You get that? They are saying it was an error, and they removed the permanent limitation, and they say we apologize for any inconvenience this error may have caused. Let me be honest, I quite missed a lot of business during this period. 1 month in terms of business, losing potential cash in terms of business. I have clients who cannot pay me using other means apart from PayPal. So yes, this was a very big inconvenience and I lost out a lot actually. So later on they asked me to provide the proof of address and to clear an outstanding balance that I had, which was pending, because initially I had an overdraft on my PayPal account. Okay, of course that's not the case for this matter. So initially they asked me now to provide my details like my passport, my business details and the likes. So upon doing that, then now my access to my PayPal account was restored and I'm able to use my PayPal account. So if you do contact PayPal via phone, email and the likes, if they don't respond, they don't lift the ban, and you know that you deserve a right to know why they banned your account, or you know that you did not violate any user agreement or any rules, simply file a complaint with a Better Business Bureau. And 98% of the time I've seen people who have used the Better Business Bureau, their PayPal account has been lifted. Okay, the ban has been lifted. So thank you very much for watching this video. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any challenges, let me know if you've also have experienced a ban on your PayPal account. So thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.